Bruges, a historic city and a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is often considered the most picturesque and fairy tale Christmas market destination. And I agree, there's something magical about Bruges at Christmas. The smell of Belgian waffles and mulled wine in the air, the sound of festive spirits echoing through cobbled streets, and lights reflecting off the canals. It's honestly like a scene from a holiday postcard. But beyond the picture-perfect charm, there's a question every traveler asks. Is the Bruges Christmas Market really worth spending time and money to visit? Or should I visit other Christmas markets in Europe instead? Stay until the end because I'll share some travel tips on visiting Bruges Christmas Winter Glow. Hi, I'm Denise and I came to the Belgium Christmas Market in Bruges for a weekend to find out for myself if the Christmas Market and the Bruges Winter Glow event are really worth visiting. In this travel guide, I'll take you through the heart of Bruges Christmas Market, or Bruges Christmas Market as it's known locally. I'll share the festive foods you need to try. The moments that surprised me, and a few honest thoughts you'll want to hear before you book your trip. Plus, I'll share details about the whole Bruges Winter Glow event, including the light trail as well as some important travel tips you won't want to miss. Bruges is a perfect destination for a weekend trip or even a day trip to see the Christmas markets, and it's easily accessible from the UK, Netherlands, France, and Germany. In our case, we crossed the Channel Tunnel using the shuttle, which was very convenient and allowed us to drive to different cities prior to arriving in Bruges. Just getting on the train to Calais. The Christmas markets in Bruges are primarily situated in two squares: the Grote Markt, or the Great Market Square, the main and traditional Christmas market, where you will find the most amount of food stalls and vendors selling all kinds of products, including artisan products, crafts, and edibles. And Simon Steven Square, or locally called Simon Stevinplein, which emphasizes artisan crafts and sustainable products. One thing to note though is that this market is very small and narrow and can get very crowded, especially during weekends. But on a positive note, it is surrounded by many shops and restaurants that are all festively decorated. So, if this market becomes too claustrophobic, explore the surrounding areas instead for cafes, restaurants, and shops. In our case, Adrian and I got so hungry and a little too lazy to deal with the long lines for food, so we enjoyed a pizza and some Belgian beer at Automat, which was right next to the market. Outside of the Grote Markt, you'll find horse-drawn carriage rides all around Bruges. You'll also discover an incredible 3.5-kilometer Bruges Light Trail, a magical winter walk featuring a specially designed route adorned with captivating light installations throughout the historic center. It's one of the top reasons to stay overnight in Bruges during the Christmas market season, giving you plenty of time to enjoy this spectacular display at a relaxed pace. For us, this was arguably the highlight of our entire Christmas weekend in Bruges. While we absolutely loved exploring the Bruges Christmas markets, the light trail stood out as something truly unforgettable. It was lively without feeling overcrowded, much less claustrophobic than the markets can get on a busy weekend evening. The route is well lit, beautifully designed, and features several interactive installations, which makes it great fun for the kids and big kids like me. The Bruges Light Trail starts at 5:30 p.m. every evening. Closing times vary. It runs until midnight on Fridays and Saturdays, and until 11 p.m. on other days of the week. Plus, on the light trail, there's also a beautiful artificial ice rink and winter bar at Minnewater. And a church that was temporarily converted into a bar called the Holy Spirit's Bar. Definitely a great place for a beer or another glühwein. Best of all, the trail is completely free to enjoy, and it's something you absolutely won't want to miss, especially if you're visiting with children. Make sure to stay to the end as I have some important travel tips for you when visiting Bruges Christmas Market. We also walked up the Belfry of Bruges. We almost didn't get in as you have to book tickets in advance, but I'd highly recommend it. The passageways are narrow in places and it does take some effort to make it to the top, but you won't be disappointed if you make it. The views are amazing and the history of the Belfry of Bruges is fascinating. Before diving deeper into the travel tips, let's talk about the food at the Bruges Christmas Market because trust me, there's plenty of delicious festive treats to enjoy. To start, you'll find countless glühwein stalls, or Weinschau as it's known in Bruges. And, of course, we couldn't resist adding another mug to our ever-growing collection of Christmas Market glühwein mugs from our recent European Christmas Market road trip. The Cologne mugs are still our favorites, and I'll link that video in the description if you want to check it out. And speaking of mugs, at Christmas markets all over Europe, you normally pay a deposit for the mugs they use to serve your drink with. This is normally charged with the beverage when you pay. If you wish to keep the mug, all you have to do is take the mug with you. But if you don't want to keep it, you can hand it back to the vendor after you've finished your drink, and then they will give you your deposit back. If you're new here, thousands of people follow along for my honest travel guides, so hit subscribe to join them. It genuinely means the world to me as I work toward my goal of reaching 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We also warmed up with a rich Belgian hot chocolate, which was absolutely essential on a chilly winter night in Bruges. Belgian chocolate really is the best, so it's always a good excuse to treat yourself. Even better when you add a shot of Baileys to it. It's Christmas after all. How is it?
It's great. This is probably our last Baileys and hot chocolate, so we've got to savour it.
Not for a while. Another must-try are Belgian fries or friet. You'll spot plenty of friet stalls around the Bruges Christmas Market, just like at many European Christmas markets, and for good reason. They're crispy, salty, and simply delicious. I also made it a point to visit this seafood stall, which sold prawns, escargot or snails, crab, and oysters. I had the escargot and buttered shrimp, and they were both delicious. And finally, we definitely did not forget to top off our delicious meals with a perfect dessert, a freshly made Belgian waffle, warm, fluffy, and topped with whatever your heart desires. If you're wondering what to eat at the Bruges Christmas Market, these festive classics are an absolute must during your visit. Plus, you'll find plenty of restaurants around both of the markets, so you definitely won't go hungry. Now, for some essential travel tips for visiting the Bruges Christmas Market. These will definitely help you make the most of your festive trip. First, always carry a small amount of cash. While most Bruges Christmas Market stalls accept card payments, you'll still come across the occasional vendor that is cash only. As with any other popular European Christmas market, keep your valuables secure. The crowds at the Bruges Christmas Market can grow quickly, especially in the evenings, and busy areas naturally attract pickpockets. Fridays and Saturdays tend to be the most crowded. If possible, plan your visit for a weekday to enjoy a more relaxed atmosphere. We weren't able to avoid the weekend rush ourselves, and it did feel a bit chaotic at times, especially during lunch, which is between the hours of 11 and 1. We also heard reports and experienced firsthand that a few vendors may try to take advantage of tourists. One stall even attempted to shortchange us, so just stay mindful when paying, especially in busy moments. In terms of getting around, plan on walking everywhere. Bruges is a compact, pedestrian-friendly city, and all the Christmas markets, festive light displays, and major attractions are within easy walking distance. Plus, strolling through the cobbled streets lets you fully enjoy the beautiful architecture and magical Christmas ambiance. If you're thinking about driving into Bruges city center itself, it's best to avoid it. The historic city center has many car-free or restricted access streets monitored by automatic number plate recognition cameras. If you're staying at a licensed hotel within the restricted zone, you'll usually be allowed to drive in briefly to check in or check out. Just make sure to contact your accommodation in advance so they can register your number plate with the city. This is essential to avoid fines. Most hotels will send you a QR code or online form to complete. When in doubt, always double check with your accommodation provider. We stayed at Mansion 9 and it was not only beautiful but had the most amazing home-cooked breakfast. And bonus, it had parking. I'll share a link in the description if you're looking for somewhere to stay. And of course, another very popular way to explore Bruges is to take a boat tour on the canal. Adrian and I decided to skip it as we felt that walking through the street of Bruges was a more intimate way of getting to know this beautiful place. These Bruges Christmas Market travel tips should help you enjoy a smoother, safer, and more magical visit. If you are watching this and have other travel tips for visiting the Christmas markets, please add those to the comments so that others can learn from your travel tips. If you enjoyed this honest review and want more travel guides and festive adventures, hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you don't miss future videos. Thanks for watching, Merry Christmas, and remember to stay curious and keep exploring.